Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. First, I want to apologize if I'm a little off today. I have not been feeling good at all. I have a lot of medication in me, but I got an interesting email, and I'm not going to say names because it's not important. It wasn't a rude email, but they said to me, Kelly, I love your channel because you show things that we can use at home to paint with, to make things, to do that, to do this. But you're doing your watercolor and you're using more expensive uh, products that I cannot afford. Because I put a couple links in the description of my videos, that if you're interested, right? But I did also say, would you stop it? I'm sorry, this dog. I did also say buy Crayola. Crayola's fine. But I do understand some of you are homebound, do not have the money, and I totally get that. And please don't mistake, this is a vlog for another time, but please don't mistake when I do things that I'm like poo-pooing on you, because I'm not poo-pooing on you. I still love doing all the things. It's just that, I do have a few items here and I do want to learn watercolor or this or that. I'm not going to make um, apologies for that. However, you said it. I thought, you know what? I do have a video on my channel using this product, and why not do a video with it? So that's what I'm doing today for you specifically because you emailed me and I want you to play with watercolor and I want you to have fun and I want you to have the starburst little plays. So here we go. Now, you guys know I love making how you say sprays. You get the sprays, you spray the sprays, acrylic paint sprays, whatever they're called. And I go in and I use food coloring. And this is food color, and egg dye. And I love these. So I had them sitting here on my shelf in front of me. And after I got that email, I thought, girl, you need to do something for people like who can't leave the house or don't have the money, but they want to play. So I thought, okay, here goes way one. Go grab your food coloring. If you're like me, you have them sitting there. I use them for bath bombs and whatnot when I make them. But something fun to note, maybe on yours. Now, I also have gel ones, and the gel ones come with more color, but like pinks and that kind of stuff, but it doesn't matter to me. Okay, on the back, it tells you like, oh, if you want to make Dusty Rose, add 12 drops of red and 4 of blue in cake. Da-da-da-da. If you want to make mint green, 9 green drops and 3 yellow, teal, orange. So you dig what I'm saying? So look on the back, you get some things. But I mean, I always teach Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. But in this case, we're just going to be using red, orange, no, red, yellow, blue, green, and then I have some glazing medium, which can be Mod Podge. Doesn't matter, matte, gloss, whatever you have. Can be your white school glue. It could be blending gel. It could be a varnish. Maybe you have a liquid varnish. It doesn't matter. The point is we're playing. Let's get to getting. So this is just a resin mold I have. And all I did was squirt it in here. The joke, and it fell, and it wasn't even me. I just put in here the red, the yellow, the blue, and green. One of those ways. And we're going to play. This is, like I said, glazing, and I'll show you what this is like. Now, this is just mixed media paper, whatever you have. Use your printer paper, use your watercolor paper, use your, whatever you have. And I'm going to squirt it a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with a paintbrush and, all right, Cal. It's wet. And first what I'll go in, let's go in with a little bit of blue, and I'm just going to do a little bit, and we're going to put it here. And then I like to go in and do that. But you see, it's beautiful. You get this beautiful, beautiful. I can put more there. And I'm going to stick with blue here. So let's say I want to do like a blue sky. This is not the brush for it. This probably isn't the right brush for it either, but we're going in. And then you can see because I just want you guys to see that you can do this a little bit more. I'm going to leave this. I don't know why, but I am. You can see I'm going a little darker, a little lighter. This is not going to be a proper picture. I'm just showing you a few things. Maybe there's a cloud around that because I really like that. I don't want to lose it. I'll probably end up losing that. Now I am going to tell you guys, I'm not going to lie. I started another video and I realized, because I'm a little off today, I was cursing a lot. So I know you guys don't like that, so I kind of started over, because then I started messing up, because then I was apologizing for the cursing and it was just ridiculous. And I'm like, you know what? I curse. It is life. But then it started screwing up, so then I stopped. Okay, so I have some blending gel medium and some water, and I'm just touching. And this works just with water as well, as you can see. This is how I love doing alcohol ink. What I like to do for faux alcohol ink and the look for backgrounds and stuff is I will wet this and then I'll just drop some alcohol. But a lot of people don't like to use alcohol because of the smells and that kind of thing. So I totally get it. So just use a little boop of water. And that's why I like to go wet on wet. And then here's some of that glazing. And look how pretty. It looks like snowflakes or whatever. So you can see. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of the blue here. And then I'm going to take some of the glazing medium. And I'm going to put it here to show you. You can really get it thin. I don't know how well you can see that. So you can definitely, if you want, use your glazing medium. I was using it for something else, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to show. And then you can definitely use it for thin. Now let's say we want some grass. So let's go in with some green. And what I'm going to do is I'm leaving this dry. So you can see it on dry. My brush is wet, of course. A little bit more. You can use a little bit of the glazing medium too. It helps it kind of move around and do its thing. Scribble, scribble. I'm going to wet my brush a little bit more. But like I said, the paper itself is dry. And then you can go in and kind of... My dog's really eating in there. I'm so sorry. She's so loud. You know, and you can use this dry your brush and like flick some up so you get those really fine looking mamma jammas. Almost cursed there again. Okay. You see, you can get a lot of, look at that texture. And I'm not mad at that texture. So you can see, and as well you can do. Now I'm going to dry this. Because we're going to do some little flowers. But I want you to see how well it dries and the color that you get. So you know the title of this video is going to be watercolor, or food coloring for watercolor? Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, so then we will take our brush, and I'm just going to go in with a little bit more of this, because I should have brought it all the way down, but I didn't. Maybe we'll do some, I'll show you how to do brown real easy, because I've done that many times with watercolor as well. Okay, I'm just going to go. But you know that this is going to lift up and reactivate because it is water. I mean, it'll stain the paper just like, you know, paint would or watercolor would. So I'm just going to go in real quick to pretend like I brought it down. Okay, we can fill all that in with things. All the things. So I'm going to go in with, first I'm going to go in with my scruffy brush. And what this is just a brush that is just a wreck. Now they do make them, this is called scruffy brush, but I have many of these that I made accidentally because I am rough and I do mixed media. So it could be just a stencil brush, whatever you have. I'm going to go in with just the littlest bit of yellow on here. And I'm going to just kind of, and I know it's going to be, you know, more where I touched it. So I'll just keep going back and picking up. Again, I'm not going for the most beautiful picture in the world. I just want to show you that these will work, okay? And something, you know, that I love to do, and you guys, you know, what the heck is there? I must have got water on there. When you're painting with your kids, you know, when my kids were growing up, and it was when I could afford more expensive things like golden and stuff like that. I hated sharing with them because they were always a mess. So that's how I got on doing all this. Is starting with my kids and making stuff so they could play and that kind of thing. And then I got sick and da 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 da, and then money runs out and disability doesn't pay well and da ba 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 ba. And then you gotta sometimes make your own stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm gonna touch in there. So don't ever feel, you know, ashamed to think outside the box. And yeah, I appreciate people writing me and saying, "Hey, you know what? Oh, Kelly, that was dark. That's blue. You know, I really want to paint too, and what can I use? You know what I mean? I'll link some because I know, you know, I'll link some food coloring down below. Maybe it's less expensive. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't. I say go to the dollar store. I probably won't even link below. Go to the dollar store. Or like if you have somebody shopping for you or whatever, you know. All right, so obviously I have to rinse my brush because that blue is gonna get me. Now what I will do is I clean my brush off. My brush is still damp. All right, I'm gonna go back in and see about, and then just tapping off and drying, tapping off, lifting some of that blue. And this is good with watercolor too. It doesn't, I'm rhyming. It doesn't matter if it's watercolor or this. It just reactivates and it blends beautifully, beautifully. Okay, so then for purple, you would mix some red and blue. My red is not that strong because I had to put water in it because I didn't, apparently I really love red and used it. So I'm going to just kind of tap these in just a little bit and let it do its own thing. I'm going to even bring these down here. I'm going to add more yellow when I'm done. I want them in the kind of in the background. And I'm not hitting it hard. I'm just like tapping it. And again, see, I got a ploop there. Just go rinse your brush, dry your brush a little bit. You want a little bit of water, but not a lot. And then just start lifting it and bringing it in other places. And you can see that's getting a little purple there. And the more water you have, obviously, it's going to, and don't get to see what happened. Look, it kind of lifted what was underneath, but that's the fun because now I can put yellow there and it'll mix and make some orange. So you see what I'm saying? And I have some green, which I will do down there. So let's go back in a little bit more yellow, and I'm going to do like that. And just bring it in and let it mingle. You can add some regular white acrylic paint. Remember, mixed media, you can do whatever you want and mix. You want to add some white for highlight. You don't want it to be so thick like I have it. It just looks like wildflowers. I mean, I don't know if you could see this, but look at that. It's like I planted my own little lavender plants there. What? And I can go up. These are beautiful. I don't have to stop. Nobody tells you to stop. It's yours. Look at me. Those are yellow. Yellow orange. And they're up there and they're loud and proud and they're going to stay there And I'm even going to I'm going to rinse my brush. You don't have to rinse. You can mix it all. But understand you will make brown. And I've done that prior. Learning these watercolors. Now these stain a little bit more than watercolor will. So just be aware of that. I am not mad at it because look what happens. I just keep wiping on here, and when it's done, it's going to be beautiful. And then I can use it as a background because that's just how I like to roll. All right, so maybe I will go in with just my regular round. I'll squeeze the water out of it because I don't want too much water. I want more color up in here. And I will take this. You can see I have a little bit of red here. I'm over here. Okay. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of blue and put it here and kind of mix it. It's not going to give me the exact purple color I'm looking for, but I'm just going to kind of it just adds more. Oh, I love those yellow ones though. Okay. Now we can go in with some green. All right, going in with green. And then you can just kind of I also like to, you can use a script liner or whatever, but look, just pull it up. Use your knife and pull up, even if it reactivated anything, just pull that all up. I'm going to do the same thing. And if you almost use the brush, the bristles like I did, so what? Go with it. Okay. Okay. And then I'll show you because that's bothering me, and then we'll go in and fix that. And you can use your brush as well. On the brush is dry. I don't have any water on it, so it's gonna diffuse it a bit, which is it's cool too. Now you might want to wait until you're dry, everything's dry or whatever. I just like doing, my own thing. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the red here. Oh, my dogs are very loud today. Maybe you want a little darker. Hit a little blue. Just adding some texture because it's going to blow out a little bit. It's like an impressionistic painting. She says big words. All right. And I'm not even going to mess with those because I'm going to do a little bit more yellow on top, I think. Maybe like in the middle. I don't know what I want to do. This is the problem. I get too excited and then I'm like, look at that. Maybe just take. Yeah. I just want some. I don't want it that green through. So I just wet it. Now I like this. Do you see this right here? It looks like it got a little bottom on it. A little good bottom. So I'm going to pull some of these through. Just to give it more texture when you're looking at it. And obviously here, we have them down here. This is too dark for me, so I'm going to just go in. And you can see it lifts up like watercolor. This is how I erase stuff. And then I'll wash my brush off, dry it off, and then go back and pick up. And it's all right. It lifts it. It's okay. Pull it down. It's okay. Everything's fixable. It's water. So I'll go in like that, and then I'll go in and I will get my flat brush. It's just a regular flat brush. I'm going to go in with some of that green. And again, add more texture. Because it dries lighter. And you can go all the way down. You know, maybe you no, I'll let this dry and then go again with this dry brush with a little bit more of the green. But you do whatever way you want it, because it's yours. I'll blend some of this up and blend some of it down. So any, see, I love those. Look at those colors together. All right, so I'm done playing because I will make brown. Now for the sky, the rest of the sky, how about we do, I'm going to take some glazing medium, which you don't have to. You can use water. I'm going to take a little bit of the blue. I'm going to mix it here. I want some like cloud, because those are like clouds, right? Let's do some lighter. I don't need it to be real dark there. Okay. We could put a tree going there, all the things, all the things. I am going to have to go in here now. This is dry, so I will just dampen my brush just the littlest. Yeah. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I love it so much. And it's just like, hello. I feel like Monet. Now you can go in. I do have some white here, white paint that I was doing for something else. And you definitely can go in if you want to. Let's say like right here is a little dark. And add a little bit, you know, those like baby breath kind of things that they have. Like if you want to just lighten it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. You can see I'm just kind of tapping it, but it just adds just a little bit more texture. And I love the texture. Who knew, right? Watercolor that we're baking, making thumbprint cookies with icing. And you can, you know, do whatever. Oh, I'd love just to put a tree there, but I'm not. I'm not, because I'm not going to keep you any longer. But, I mean, you see. Maybe if the grass wasn't that as, you know, because I love the way this looks. Now, let me just do one last thing because it's bothering me. I'm going to take a little bit of the yellow and just kind of a little bit more down here. I don't know why it's bothering me, but it is. I don't know. I don't even know if I did anything, but who cares? Okay. But look. And you can go up and you can have more colors. Like I love this, like these, and this is just it's just watercolor fun with food coloring. Who knew? So let me know what you guys think down below. As always, please leave me a comment. Let me know and subscribe if you have not already. Please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. This is a lot of fun using these, and I'll probably, well, maybe I'll do one more thing while I'm sitting here. But, you know, I just enjoy playing, and I enjoy, I do enjoy finding different ways to do things. Look at this. With things at home. So please don't ever hesitate. That's what I wanted to say. Please don't ever hesitate writing me, calling me, I don't care. And saying, hey, what about this? What about that? And you can use this in, you know, and make whatever you want and play and do whatever you want. I'm going to finish that after. But anyway, I love you guys. And I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.